Now my heart's like a dish by eternity, rising in the desert by the town with no name.
Why do I follow X? They've been around longer than anybody else in my life, so there's security there, I guess. But I'd be lying if I said that the majority of our conversations were positive. Yep. I follow. When X calls, I bend. And today, they've tasked me with the order of killing our town's last prospector. It should be easy. Spots is a defenseless old coot, one who's garnered a fair reputation with the townsfolk. He's kind, truly kind, and you could ask anyone here and there wouldn't be a single bad word spoken. Well, it was still a shock to everybody to find he'd been using the mayor's office as a shelter, or just some random office. I'm still coming to terms with that one. It's late. The moon's keeping watch. Anybody still awake wouldn't dare come out at this hour. I'll be able to go in, shoot spots, and take my leave. Simple as that. Simple as that. Simple.
The Town with No Name. Chapter 6. Spot.
Ah, there you are! Took you long enough.
What? You knew I was coming?
Of course I did. X told me. Now let's go.
How did... Wait. X, where are we going?
Hold this.
Oh!
Simple mining equipment should be able to get us through the night.
Through the... What's all this for?
I found something. Something that'll save our town. Hurry!
The man ran out faster than a shadow in broad daylight. I watched, cautiously, as he made it all the way to the middle of town just to pull out a pickaxe and start going after the ground.
Well, go on. We ain't got all night.
All right, I'll bite. What in the world are you doing?
I told you, we're saving the town.
Well, it looks like you're destroying it.
There's casualties in war, aren't there?
But why this? Why are you digging?
I'm gonna let you in on a secret. See, in my years of searching for gold, I ain't ever found treasure. And that's 'cause I had my sights set on something clearly not made for me. So I do a little shift here, little shift there, and huzzah!
What?
Oil! I got me a theory that there's a bunch of this stuff down below the surface here. We dig it up, bottle as much as we can, and before you know it, our town will be more famous than Oregon itself.
You think so?
It's better than what I've done so far. X was right. I had everything at my disposal and didn't do anything to help. That ends tonight. Now will you pick a pick and start picking?
The weight of my holster was suddenly on my mind. Within a second, I could just... and move on. Get on with my life. But a pestering feeling came over me. Spot's oil theory might just be what this town needs. I hate to say it, but the old man could be onto something.
Yeah! There we go! Next stop, Dragon Juice City!
The two of us had made a decent hole in the ground. The level was nearing our waists. Usually digging for me was found a bit away from town, not smack dab in the middle. I was beginning to get tired, but Spots was as youthful as a toddler with a hammer. It's expected for a man of his history to have some natural stamina in this kind of work. Let's just hope this oil shows up sooner, rather than later.
Psst, Whiskers. Hey.
Pays for horses.
Everything all right, X?
Oh, Peachy. Do you mind if I speak with you for a moment? Privately?
I'm kind of in the middle of something.
No, go speak with them. Gives the arms a rest.
You called?
What's going on?
We're picking.
No, duh, you're picking. Better be picking a grave if that's what's worth all this trouble.
He's got this idea to help get the town out of trouble. I figured it was worth a shot.
You know what else would be worth a shot? A bullet in his skull.
I'd like to look into it. What if it works?
You got all the time in the world to look into it when you're in charge. Let me remind you that the mayor's position, total control of this entire town, the only thing preventing you from taking it is every breath that man breathes.
X, there.
Get to it.
I will. Okay. Will that shut you up?
Have fun with your dead duck.
Good. Good.
What did X have to say?
It's nothing. It's just stupid stuff.
Back at it?
Yeah.
What's that? That look there.
It's nothing. I get frustrated sometimes.
Oh, X bothering you? Yeah, she can be like that sometimes.
You know?
Oh, sure. We go way back.
Like, since you moved here?
Oh, no. Way back when I was wee. A young lad working for the church. Every day, the Monsignor would have me and the other kids do chores. Tend to the farm, do some yard work, the usual. One day, I'm tasked with the simple act of cutting grass. The Monsignor hands me a scythe and goes, "Go on, boy, get swinging." And swinging I did. Left, right, back and forth, to and fro. I was a natural. In the height of my rhythm and pride, I had made a fatal mistake. You see, my left hand slipped out of its grip, and the snap swung its way around me, leaving a nasty gash across the back of my thigh. Now I'm crying, wailing, making a big old scene. Ooh, ow, ow. Other kids begin swarming over. Wah! Ooh, ay, ay, ow! The Monsignor arrives. Oh, Jesus, it hurts. Whack! The back of my head met with the back of his palm. Amidst my pain, I had broken a commandment. Now kids are snickering, I'm crying, legs gushing blood, and I'm eventually carried out to the local doctors. They tell me I'll be wrapped up for a good while and will need a rest. Don't go out till the scar has healed and all. You see, on one hand, I had the pleasure of missing Mass. On the other, you can't do much when bedridden. But I did have a frequent visitor. One of the children would stop by every day to see how I was doing. X. A tiny tot with blonde pigtails and a bright red lollipop in hand. Every time she'd stop by, she'd start with a,
"Want a lick?"
It was like asking a vampire to enter so they can begin their feast. X wouldn't say a word till I had a taste of the sugar. Even if I wasn't in the mood, it'd be nothing but silence until I had at least one lick.
Sounds uncomfortable.
Oh, quite the opposite. Someone was making sure I was needed. However small of a gesture, it didn't go unnoticed. We'd talk for hours through the night. Oh, she'd sometimes bring along her violin. See, she was getting lessons and looking for feedback. I couldn't go nowhere, so I had no choice but to listen.
I'm glad you had a friend during that time.
Now the two of us had our fun.
I didn't know they played.
But time eventually came where I had to get back up and start working again. The Monsignor could never have me lay around for too long. The leg didn't ever fully heal, but hey, hasn't stopped me yet.
Why'd you keep going? You should have said you weren't ready.
There was work to do. I was needed. Duty called. But things were different. This time I had a friend. Someone keeping an eye on me, and me her.
That's nice to hear. I didn't have many people to talk to growing up.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, don't be. I got through it. No sympathy needed.
Yet it's been handed regardless.
Thanks, but I don't want it.
Tough.
I'm sorry about your scar.
Much appreciated.
At a young age, too. That's not fair.
No, don't fret. It was bound to happen eventually.
Destroying your leg?
Well, maybe not that specifically, but I'm talking pain in general. It's an inherent fact of life. It exists in this world whether you want it or not. Whether it's through your own clumsiness or some other force of nature, you will experience a great deal of hurt.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Want to talk about it?
No. Let's just keep going.
Aye, Captain.
I'm not the captain, I just... Ugh. The two of us kept on picking. The ground level had passed our shoulders. I was getting tired before. I was damn near exhausted now. Oh, I need a second.
Take a seat.
Don't mind if I do.
Ah! Shoo!
What?
There's a snake under you.
What?
Don't sit just yet.
Holy...
Go on. Get. Ew. Close one.
Thanks. We've been going for hours. How do you still have so much drive in you?
When you master the art of patience, anything is possible.
I don't know. Doing nothing but picking at the ground takes a lot more than patience.
Takes one to know one. Sad to see you excluded. I'm sure we'd still have a town pig if it weren't for your impatience.
Well, you don't know everything that goes into that kind of stuff.
Don't I? The boy thinks he's special for performing a balancing act.
No! I had a lot to deal with at the time. And the pig thing was it was a misstep.
Oh, boy, howdy, I feel you there. I used to try doing too much at once. I haven't been the same since. This was around the time that saloon was being built.
Oh, sheesh. I can't imagine what this town had been like without the Black Heart.
Not much is your answer. Our town was a strict mining facility. Everybody living here was a prospector of some sort. That is, till the young 19-year-old with grain in his eyes arrived. X would share with me his dream of creating a bar where the likes of us could drink, hear some music, and do something other than work.
X?
Oh, yeah. He was successful, too, despite the sheriff's desires. Around the time of the grand opening, I found myself having to handle searching for gold in the morning, helping out with construction in the afternoon, and using the old charm in the evening.
Oh? Lots of people at the Heart?
Just one for me. I was blessed with a visitor. X had left the church and came to see how I had been holding up. A tiny tot no more. The pigtails were gone, and her luscious locks rested past her shoulders. The red lollipop this time replaced with a stogie.
Want a hit?
And just like before, I'd been met with silence till I had tried some of the stuff. Things hadn't changed a bit. But the timing couldn't have been worse. What with X wanting me to get back to work as a prospector, X pleading for me to lend more time at the saloon, and me just wanting some time alone to catch up with X. It was a lot. I have a love for all three of them, but it was a lot. One day, I thought I could handle all requests in one go. The grand opening. I remember that X had once said,
I fancy someone who can get up against the world and admit their truth.
So I tried my hand in being a poet. If I can go on stage and do everything X asked for, I could win her heart, help his crowd, and show them my true skill. The moment comes. I'm up on stage. All eyes on me. Except for the one set I was looking for. X didn't come to see, even after I explicitly asked her to. Like the flip of a coin, I had switched from being a confident wordsmith back to that little boy trying to heal his scar.
Where'd X go?
Who knows? All I can say is she wasn't there when I needed her.
Why not ask? It couldn't have been the last time you saw X.
Oh, I did. Soon after, in fact. I had performed a major walk of shame out that bar while the festivities continued. My brain stopped working and my body took control. All it wanted to do was sit out in the middle of town and watch. Observe. Right where we are now, actually. All was quiet. Want a hit?
No, thank you.
Now, that's all right.
It's pretty, ain't it?
Never seemed to notice till now. Where'd you go back there? I did all that for you, and you were nowhere to be seen.
And yet, I was always there.
I wish it were easier to catch you in those moments.
That's not how this works.
I know. If only someone had told me.
Listening ain't living.
It's part of it. No sense in dismissing.
Back when we were... The one thing I had on my mind was survival. Everyone and everything was a threat. Growing up's only proved that theory time and time again. So, when I tell you to look out for these kinds of people, please know it comes from a genuine place.
Of course. I truly am thankful for your help. Despite everything, I still see you as an ally.
That's good to hear. So, when I tell you to be wary of, say, Hoggs and the sheriff... What? What is it?
There's so much more to observe. And, I want to partake.
As you wish.
What was going on with Hoggs and Mr. Knightley?
Yeah, we have our quarrels. X was all about innovation, whereas X was more in line with tradition.
But who's who? X and Hoggs ain't the same person.
Correct.
What's my name?
X! How could I forget? Well, should get back to it. This hole ain't gonna dig itself.
Yeah!
Ow!
You shouldn't be doing that. Could lead to trouble stopping by.
Oh, I like doing it. No troubles come from my experience.
Yeah, but it can. You might be having a nice time making noise, and next thing you know, wolves and coyotes are at your carcass.
So you're saying they want a piece of me?
They want to eat you, Spots.
They want what I have. There's value in me.
That's one way of looking at it. I prefer to take a road that doesn't end with me dead.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there's only one road, and it does indeed end with you being dead.
Okay. I know what you're doing.
What?
Look, I get it. Life is sad, so make the best of it, right?
Is that what you think I'm saying?
It's pretty obvious. You're sharing stories of you getting a terrible injury, becoming a public outcast. Look at us. We're going 6 feet under as we speak. You don't need to tell me that pain is inherent. I know pain. I feel it more than you could ever know. Pain powers me as much as it drains me, and I can be kind and act all nice to everybody, but it don't change the fact that I hurt immensely. And I have dealt hurt immensely. And I am beginning to think that this whole oil theory of yours has just been an excuse to tell me that I should shut up about my problems and keep moving. Who am I to talk when everybody else is in pain too? Well, I'm sorry, but clearly you don't get it. If you did, you wouldn't be so naturally happy all the time.
The last time I saw X, and truly saw them, it changed everything about how I observed the world and those who inhabit it. You see, I had caught up to X at the train station, the very one down over there. She had packed her things and grabbed the next ticket out of town. See, I was in such a rush to get over there. All she saw was a desperate man covered in soot and charcoal, in contrast to her tidy attire. Her luscious locks were tied up and hidden under a hat, ticket in hand. She gave me one longing look and simply said,
What do you want?
He was distant, cold even. Not a sign of that girl who'd eagerly await my thoughts on her violin. Hell, I don't even think she ever played while in town. I was at a loss for words. Like that, all the good times and happy tidings were over. My darling was gone. Being left alone out of the blue was not a pleasant experience. In a mere moment, I was reduced to what I guess I always was. The old prospector. Nothing else.
Pain. Hurt. I get it.
No, you don't. You don't get it. You stand in a room and claim it to be empty. There is nothing natural about my natural state. I choose to be happy. I've had some tragedy, yes, but I don't know a single human who hasn't. You can either learn from it and grow, or you can be its victim.
What am I supposed to do, Spots? Sometimes some folk cross a line and you have no choice but to become consumed. You don't realize how much of a disease grief is until you watch somebody you don't expect get hurt over your actions. That's real pain. And I think it's dance to just throw it away like it ain't real and it don't have real consequences.
I ain't dismissing.
What are you talking about? That's what you've been doing. It's all you've been doing.
Her name was Eve.
What?
That was her name. X. Her name was Eve. Hell, I don't know where she is now, or if she's still alive for that matter. All I know is that there will be times where you are dealt pain and times where you deal it. See, there's this mix-up in the balance that is our world. Pain is inherent. Love is an effort. When she left, I doubled down on everything and spent a good part of my life lifting others up. Every single time I tried, people would find the cracks and tear me open again. For the longest time, I fought for the positive, prove I only mean the best. Took a long time to learn you don't fight for love. You live in it.
But I can't live in love, Spots. All my life, I've made choices that end up backfiring and leave me with the short end of the stick. I'm scavenging to stay alive. Even when I try the love thing, it goes wrong. I mean, look at everything. Matches is dead. Keys got to go free, and I'm the one stuck with all the scraps. You should see Keys, man. A year ago, we'd be back to back, and now look at him. He's got it all. Dashing good looks, a beautiful woman by his side, talent beyond belief, and he's generally well-liked. We were equals, and now we are complete opposites. People look at me and immediately go, outlaw. Oh, there's Whiskers, the murderer. The pig killer. Watch out for that ugly mega he's poking through. You don't want to fall in with the wrong crowd, do ya? Putting a bucket over my head would probably make me more inviting.
Give yourself some slack. Stop being so hell-bent on trying to prove how bad you are.
What am I to do?
Start with this. I want you to tell me one good thing about how you look.
I don't have to.
Give me one.
Fine. I like my beard. There, done.
Oh, see? Now you got something going for you.
Yeah, it's a beard. It ain't gonna...
Stop! Live in the compliment. You like your beard. Say it again.
I like my beard.
Oh, I hear the giggle.
That's nothing.
Now go on.
I just thought of something is all.
Well, do share.
It's stupid. A while ago, before matches died, I was at the Black Heart, and it was after hours. So the only people in there were me and the band and Miss Clara Brown. We were all chatting, wasting time. Clara, she grabbed a clump of her hair and wrapped it around her chin. Look, everybody, it's me. I'm the fastest hand in the West. It was cute. It was a slight jab. Yeah, but I liked it. It was nice.
Shame what happened to her, though.
Oh! X.
Did I startle you?
Bit, yeah.
Oh, well. Whiskers, a word.
Well, look, we're...
Come on.
Hey, it's okay, buddy. I'll be here when you get back.
That's what I'm worried about.
Quite a hole the two of you made.
Didn't realize how deep we'd gone.
Did you happen to notice Spots is still breathing?
Yeah, hey, X. What if we tried this a little differently?
The hell?
Maybe we try a bit more loving, and Spots could...
Okay, I was worried it'd come to this. Look, you got yourself a choice here. That clock is about to strike. When it does, I better see a body. I prefer it to be the old man, but I have no problem shooting you down to make up for it.
It don't have to come to that.
Sure? I know you've thought about it. That Clara memory. Can you tell me how the rest of that night went down? If I'm right, I remember you drinking too much and saying all kinds of filth. I bet Miss Brown weren't a fan of that, was she? Midnight. Spots or Whiskers? Which one's it gonna be?
Spots.
What was that?
Spots.
That's what I thought. Go on, boy. Get shooting.
Oh, welcome back. Need a hand back down?
Spots, there's something I need to do, but I,
Hold that thought.
No, Spots.
Listen. Tell me what you hear.
The crickets? The wind? I don't hear nothing, Spots.
Mm-hmm. Nothing. No one yelling at you. Just you and the earth. Listen. Really listen. You know, you don't need to look up to see the universe. But the sky sure is pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is, Spots. This is, you... If I do this, you should know that this is not a good thing.
Then why the need?
I don't know. It seems fitting.
How so?
Because I'm not a good person. And it's best I stick to my strengths.
Oh, there you go doing that shtick again. Hey, you may see yourself as the meanest dog in the cage, but, I mean, I always liked you.
It's kind of you to say, but there's really...
Like the arrival of hell itself, a seemingly endless amount of oil began shooting its way out of the ground. The noise was so loud, it woken up the entire town. Doors from all around began to open where folk came out to see what could have caused such a ruckus. As they left their domains, they'd be met with an abundance of rain, blackened, greasy, liquid falling from the sky for all to see and feel.
The sudden blowout had thrown me to the ground. As I pulled myself somewhat back up, I looked around frantically. The hole Spots and I had created was suddenly becoming a pool of oil. No body to be found.
Spots!
I turned to find Hoggs running down to Spot's body, lying on the ground.
Spots!
The old man was covered in oil. That didn't seem to stop Hoggs from grabbing and holding his friend. There were gasps and screams, whispers all around, but not a single soul cried harder than Hoggs. I brushed myself off. Like Spots, I too was covered in enough oil to grease an entire farm. I needed a deep rinse, but there was work to do. Duty called. I turned myself around and began walking up the stairs to the mayor's office.
Hey, Whiskers! The man of the hour! God, you look delightfully disgusted. You know, there was a moment where I thought you wouldn't pull it off. But boy, was I wrong. Fireworks! Seriously! I loved it. Loved all of it. I should trust you more often. The Whiskers way always leads to some wild, crazy destruction. Isn't it great, Smokey? Smokey!
Huh? What?
Can we congratulate Whiskers, please?
Good job, Whiskers. I'm sure that wasn't easy.
He's a natural killer. Give him an order and he follows through. That's what we love to see.
I quit.
Yeah, sure you do. Hey, check out this big boy chair. It's comfier than a feather bed. Whew!
I'm out, X. I don't work for you no more.
Yeah. Quit your yapping and try it out. Whoa. Hey, where are you going? Whiskers! Whiskers!
No one can give a straight answer for how long the oil blowout lasted. Some will say it went on through the night. Others claim it went going for a whole week. Me? I don't think it ever stopped spouting. The walk back to my place was longer than it ever had been. By the time I made it home, I noticed I was the only one still outside. No one wanted to stay any longer in this oil rainfall. But not me. I sat down on my porch and let the rain wash over me. It was gross, disgusting. Yet, for some odd reason, I felt at peace listening to the rain.
Spots was dead. He was never coming back. Oh, and the rain? The rain was just the beginning.